I'm working on the Harry Chapin D28. What we're doing here is fitting the dovetail, fitting the neck to the body in preparation for actually gluing it in. First part is cutting this little rabbet I was talking about last time. That's at that, well, it ended up being 25 thousandths line that I cut. This is a roughing pass. I probably should have said last time. The numbers going onto that sheet are rough numbers, and so the numbers coming out of it are rough numbers, and there's a lot of digits of precision because that's what my calculator tells me, but I'm not even going close to those. I'm just getting closer than I started out. So a little bit of selective sanding here to remove the wedge from the cheeks. That gets me close. But the fit's not great. The cheeks don't fit the body very well at this point, and the neck is still underset. So we now have an iterative process focusing on three things at this point, which is the angle of the neck, the fit of the cheeks to the body, and then also the center line of the neck compared to the center line of the body. Once I've got those three all to a point where I'm happy, then I start worrying about the fit of the dovetail, making sure the dovetail fits tightly into the body. But that's something I tend to do later because otherwise you end up running through an awful lot of shim stock that just doesn't make for a better job. The sandpaper I'm using here to slip fit the heel is just the easiest, most effective way of removing all the high spots on the heel so that you can get a tight fit. And that is how you get a tight fit. Remove the places that are touching so that you can get the areas that aren't touching to start touching. Here I'm clamping in the neck while I test the center line. It turns out the center line of the neck and the center line of the body isn't really the critical dimension. The critical dimension is how far your E-strings are away from the edge of the fingerboard. And so I start that with this ruler, using it as a straight edge to test where it is compared to those holes. My final check is with a couple of strings in those high and low E-string bridge pin holes, stretch them along the neck and make sure everything is centered and even. Here I'm gluing in the neck. I managed to do most of this off camera by accident. The camera is rolling, I just wasn't standing in front of it. I use hot hide glue for this. Hot hide glue is just the best thing, but it does mean this has to be done very quickly, about 60 seconds.